definitely going to get you acquainted with us, and so you know where we're coming from. And we want to get to know you guys. So interact, comment on if you're somewhere on one of the platforms where you're able to leave a comment. Let us know
Right.
how you feel. Let us know what you want to see. This is the first of many episodes, so yeah, definitely check in.
Right.
All opinions are welcome.
Okay.
Wow. Thank you for tuning in. This is Fabulous Frequency. I am Diva.
I'm Divine.
And together, we're going to raise your frequency until it is fabulous. We have a host of topics today. Being that this is the first episode, we kind of want to get you to know who we are, why we're here, and just tell us how you feel. Every now and then, we'll have a what's called a frequency check, and the purpose of that is to kind of see where you are mentally or how you're feeling,
Yeah.
what your vibe is. Just tell us how you feel, and we'll give you the same with us. My vibe right now, I'm telling you, I'm feeling so good. I mean, I have so much energy right now. I don't know what to do with it. So expect some high energy, engaging talks. Talk
Yes.
to us, we talk back.
Yes, we do. Yes. And hi, I'm Divine. We're going to talk about some things. We're also going to do something called a frequency check. In case anybody asks you how you feeling today, we want to know. Are you feeling fabulous? Are you feeling fine? You feeling mid? You feeling funky? You feeling fucked? Like, are you
Right.
having a bad day? We care. If nobody else is cared to ask you how you doing today, we want to know how you doing.
How you doing? And
So,
we want you to keep it real with us.
yes. Very, very real. Okay.
And then by the time the show is over, hopefully you'll be feeling fabulous and your frequency
Yeah.
will be where it needs to
Yes.
be for you to feel good.
Yeah. If it wasn't fabulous at the start, hopefully it'll be fabulous when it's over with.
Exactly.
Yes. You ready? Topic number 1, accepting who people are. So we thought about this topic as we were having some conversations about red flags in people's personalities, and removing some of the blame and giving yourself grace, but also accepting people for who they are.
Right. And when we say that, we mean in relationships, friendships,
Family.
family, co-workers. You cannot accept people for who they are unless you are comfortable with who you are.
Yeah.
So part of accepting people for who they are is knowing who you are
and loving yourself.
and loving yourself, right? And a lot of times we complain about people, personalities or their habits and things like that, but you cannot expect you from other people. And that's what we have to remember as people. We are not all the same. We were not all brought up the same. We do not all have the same thought process. We were, raised differently as far as how you should act in public,
and we
how
all
you
came
should
out of
think.
different sperm cells. So, I mean, we're going to have
Right,
different brains.
DNA, you know what I'm saying? So you can't, and you have to, I feel like you're supposed to first seek to understand and then to be understood. You can't expect people to have the same exact mindset as you. And part of accepting people for who they are is learning what they've been through in life. A lot of times we talk to people and we're like, why are they that way? And that has a lot to do with psychology. Especially when you're dealing with friends, relatives, lovers.
Even lovers.
Right.
Because like we were talking about with masking, even with that accepting people who they are, that is something that you can only do also when the person is being genuine, because you'll be dealing with people that are masking and you're thinking that this is who your person is, and the whole time, this whole 2-3 years, this is not even who you with. You know what I'm saying? You were with the representatives. And now 2-3 years in, you're like, how did we get here? Who is this person and what are they doing in my life? Because they wouldn't normally be there, and that's because they were acting. Right. They were acting like someone that you could be safe with. They were acting like someone that you could be vulnerable with, because of course I need you to be vulnerable. Their brother, what's that brother name with Check Your Energy? Damien. He posed a question online that was saying, how come women can't help men get on their feet like men help women get on their feet? And the reality is, most of the time women are already on their feet until they meet a man who ain't shit. and can't help them, you know, nowhere in life. Like if she's already dependent on herself and something happens and the man ain't no help, that's how that happens. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, the women are already up and independent and living their lives. And then for him to say, well, why can't you help? Why can't a woman help a man? Why do you need that type of help from anybody?
You shouldn't even be thinking about getting a relationship
if you need help.
Right. If you need to focus on yourself.
The role is provider. Together. The role is provider. If you can't provide, why are you trying to enter into the contract? You are applying for a job that you are not qualified for.
You said a word there.
I'm not lying. You're applying for a job you don't, and then on top of you applying for a job you don't have the qualifications for. You are mad when people bring up the qualifications. You get mad. Well, you knew I wasn't qualified when you hired me. Why did you apply if you knew you weren't qualified?
Right. And if you're on a job and you're not qualified, the best thing for you to do is to go to school and get some more training. Right. No. And if you're not willing to invest in the training, then you don't need the job.
Right. Or the continued education. Surgeons go to continued education. Doctors, dentists, nurses, nurse practitioners, flight attendants go to continued education. Pilots go to continued education. But you mean you want to be in my life and you won't continue to educate yourself? You don't want to do anything to improve your self-worth, yourself to yourself? You got to really not like yourself to not want to improve anything about yourself. You know what I'm saying? True. You have to really not love yourself, your mom, have no sense of self-worth to say, I'm just going to sit here and not be shit. I'm not going to take any steps to improve myself. I know I ain't shit. and I could do better, but I'm just not going to do better. You just got to accept me in this ain't shit state.
And we're not only talking about romantic relationship, we're talking about friends, family, co-workers. Yes. Yes. You should always strive to improve yourself. Yes. Every year you should want to be a little better. You should want to be better physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. You should always, professionally, you should always be striving to gain another skill, to expand your knowledge base. Like, these are things that not only benefits you, but the person that you're with. Like, you have to add some type of value to another person's life. If you want to be my friend, you have to add some value to my life. You want to be my lover, you have to add some value to my life. If you want to be a family member that I keep in touch with, you have to add some value to my life. Because a co-worker that I am cool with outside of the job, you have to add some type of value to my life. Other than that, only thing that I have to offer you is my absence. And a lot of people don't understand that in order for people to involve you in their lives, you have to have something to bring to the table. And I'm not just talking about money, whether that's support, good advice, whether that is
a listening ear,
that
a resource,
need a shoulder to lean
on,
some
resources. But you can't have you don't have like.
Oh, you got your hand out? That's all you got? Running mouth?
And more often than not, the hand is out. It's 3 weeks. It's 4 weeks in a month. For 1 week in a month, you straight. The other 3, you got your hand out. No. We can't do that. And then that brings us to the next topic of self-love.
Self-love. You should always have it.
Yeah.
These are things that should have been instilled in you as a child. Mm-hmm. But if you weren't lucky enough to have parents or even some type of guidance, sometimes you have to push yourself.
Yeah.
If you don't have the self motivation, self-knowledge, you know yourself enough to know, hey, I'm a good person. I deserve happiness. I deserve the best the world has to offer. If you weren't privileged enough to gain that type of self-love as an adult, you have to take it into your own hands and empower yourself to push yourself to where you look in the mirror and you like what you see. You like the sound of your voice. You know what I'm saying? You like taking care of yourself and making yourself feel good. Mm-hmm. You're not allowing others to mistreat you. You're not taking the bare minimum from people. And like I was saying, this does not only apply to relationships. All these things can apply to all
relationships.
Of relationships, not just lovers, but friends, family, anybody in your circle, anybody that you come in contact with. Mm-hmm. So self-love is the foundation of all other love. If you don't have self-love, your relationships are probably going to be sabotaged from the jump.
And a high degree of self-love, because self-love wanes and waxes too. That's why you have people that get a little sad sometimes, or they keep trying to find external value for themselves and not look internally. But self-love waxes and wanes. So you have to make sure that at every moment of the day, you are loving you the most. Nobody can outlove you. Nobody can beat me loving me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So make sure that when you are loving on yourself, you need to get up every day and look in the mirror and say, hey, self, I love you. Hey, self, you mean the world to me. I couldn't do this without you. I couldn't make without you. I couldn't live without you, because you couldn't. You can't live in someone else's body, right?
Right.
Right.
Self-affirmations.
Right. So you have to love yourself and you have to pour into yourself. I think a lot of the problem is we spend so much time pouring externally. Mm-hmm. And that nobody's pouring into us, not even ourselves.
Right. Save some love for you.
Ooh.
Reserve some of your love for you.
For yourself.
Sometimes like you said, you pour into people so much, you forget to fill your cup.
Yeah, I need some
You
Kool-Aid
cannot pour
too.
from an empty cup.
Right.
If you don't have anything left to give yourself, you don't have anything left to give anyone else. And it's perfectly normal for your frequency, your vibe, your self-love to fluctuate or be extremely high. That's perfectly normal. You don't always have to be good. It's okay not to be good sometimes, but you have to recognize this and figure out what you need to do in order to get back to you, in order to make yourself feel good. Because if you're always looking to someone else for happiness, validation, acceptance, you will always feel empty, because no one can love you like you love yourself.
Right.
You have to look in the mirror sometimes and affirm yourself.
Look, and also when the negative entities, negative people come around, they enter your life always when you are at that low place. Because when you're in your higher place, you are vibrating so high that energy really can't even stand to be around you. You know what I mean? So keep your vibration high to deter those low vibrating creatures, entity, beings, people from being in your life.
For real.
Because they can't take it when you're you notice that
it's like sage to some people.
It is.
They see you happy and it makes them so upset. Like, how can this person be so happy and I'm not paying them any mind, or I'm upset over here and this person is still happy?
Yes.
You have to vibrate higher than the energy around you. Matching energy is not good. When it's not positive energy, sometimes you have to vibrate higher. You can't always match energy. Why do both of us got to be miserable?
Oh my gosh, because I'm not going to be miserable with you. Like, and you can tell when people start up and they get and it's like, who would have the type of disagreement? Well, what's really the problem? What's really wrong with you? Because what is that coming from? Because why are you just deciding to be discontent? And a lot of the times when you just say the thing, I'm like, okay, why are you deciding to be discontent? Because it's a decision.
It is.
You are deciding to be angry. What's the problem? And it's really something in them that didn't go right. Something didn't happen right. Something didn't happen the way they wanted to. They're not getting their way or what they wanted. And then they feel like they can just spray that discontent on everyone.
Yeah. You know what they say? Misery loves company.
It does. It does.
And that's not the company I like to keep.
No.
Like, if I want anything to rub off on me, it's going to be positivity. And we were talking about, like, with this being the beginning of a whole new year, we cannot continue to carry the same habits and the same negative energy into the new year, expecting different results.
Right.
Insanity.
Right.
Like, if you really want to vibrate higher, you have to change your surroundings. You have to change the people that are around you. You have to change your habits. If you know you're feeling low, and you can feel when your energy down, or you're not feeling like yourself, or you just wake up and you just feeling like F the world. When you feeling like that, so you have to fortify yourself. Before you step out that door and you know you feeling that way.
Those are the days you should love yourself.
Sometimes you have to tell people, hey, it's just one of them days.
Yeah.
It's nothing personal. I'm just feeling like this. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. And that's what a lot of people have to realize. Sometimes the way I'm feeling, and most of the time, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. And if you're my people, if you're my tribe, if you say you love me, you say you're my friend, you have to understand I'm not always going to be good.
Right.
And if you can't help me feel better about it, then the best thing for you to do is get away from me, excuse yourself until I'm back to me, and then I'll come around you and we can vibrate higher together. If we're both bringing each other down, we're not adding anything to each other's life. So when you know you're in a bad mood, sometimes you just have to isolate yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. Fortify yourself and get back on your square.
And then check your vibe. You know when somebody's always bringing chaos and negative energy around you. Check your vibe, and then when it's that particular person, just try to stay away from them and see what happens. You know, just to move them out your life and see what happens. Because there are some people who don't want to be happy. they need chaos to thrive. They can't. Being in a normal, peaceful relationship is too much for them because they was raised on survival. They wasn't raised on love. And
chaos feels normal.
Chaos is their normal, whereas calm is your normal. So the chaos and the calm is not going to go together. So make sure you're loving people from a place of love and not a place of survival, because survival love will get you used.
Right.
Survival love will have you thinking somebody love you and you be with them for years and they don't even love you. They just need somewhere to stay.
And keep your expectations realistic.
Yeah.
Nobody is perfect.
Yes.
But there are always going to be deal breakers.
Yes.
When somebody is consistently challenging your boundaries and
being
you say, hey, I don't like that.
Yes.
Hey, I don't like when you talk to me like that. Hey, I don't like when you do that. Hey, what you did was very underhanded and you're moving.
And then they don't want to acknowledge what they did.
No accountability.
Yeah, you just got to get away from those people. And then you'll feel, they'll be like, oh, why do you want to talk to me? Oh, we not talking because I can't talk to you. You don't fucking understand English. You can't comprehend. You don't understand. I say I don't want to fight. You directly want to fight after.
Yeah, some people are bent on misunderstanding you. When you have some people bent on misunderstanding
get away from
that conversation is always going to feel like a battle.
That's a war of wits. Oh yeah, and you know it be the dumbest people always want to have a war of wits with you, don't it? I'm for real. It be the dumbest people want to try to run game, play mind games, gaslight. Can't spell gaslight. And you know what I'm saying? Can't spell gaslight, but want to try so hard to get over on. Like, we got to get away from those people.
Right.
Get away from get over on survival ass people. Yeah. We're thriving now. We're not. This is 2026. Technically, really, we're billions of years old on this planet. We're not going to go there. It's 2026. That's the 10. That's the 1. That's the reset. We're going to reset things and shift things just to a new beginning. Because, nobody wants crusty, still energy. And the thing is, if you don't want to, it's like a plant. If a seed is planted and the seed's like, I want to grow. The seed is given the environment and it grows.
Right.
Given the water, it grows.
You have to have the right amount of light.
You might have a seed that's like,
sunlight.
I don't want to grow. You can give it all of the nutrients and proper environment you want, and that seed is not going to grow. And then often you'll see those people's lives, they don't have growth in their lives. They don't have growth in their lives, in their friendships, in their family. Their circles never grow. They never expand themselves. They never go beyond the small sphere in which they allow themselves to live. So we just want to try to think outside the box and think outside of that, because we want to live in a life of abundance and happiness and acceptance of self and loving on oneself. Because I think that's a lot of problems with what's going on today is a lot of people aren't loving their self. So when to activate the self-love, or before that, what makes you happy? And ask yourself, just stop for a minute and say, what makes me happy?
Right. And do that. A lot of times when we get in relationships, we lose ourselves. And we have to remember, before I got in this situation, before I became friends with this person, before I started working with this person, what was I doing before my energy went down? Mm-hmm. What made me happy? What kept me grounded? Get back to that. Yeah. And I say this with myself. We've been away, Divine and myself, we've been away from the podcast industry for some years now. And it was like, we got to get back to this. Because if you keep saying, not this year, next year, no, not this year, next year, you keep putting it off,
next month,
before you know it, your life will be passed you by.
Look.
And you'll still be, and you'll be woulda, coulda, shoulda when you're older and gray. And now it's, a waste.
Your youth is in the prison.
And you hope maybe one of your children or somebody close to you will take it on and pass the torch.
Run with your dream because you
run with your own dream.
That's why you can't be in survival mode.
The time is now.
You can't even dream. People in survival mode don't dream.
They're nightmares.
They can't even be peaceful enough to dream.
Right.
So you got to come out of survival mode and live.
They feed off your dreams,
not exist.
And when they feel like they can't be a part of your dreams, they try to dash their dream killers.
Right.
They try to dash your hopes.
If they can't be a part of it or control it, because they gotta know where you going, what you doing.
What's your next move?
Why you want to do that?
Why you talk to this person?
Why you want to have a podcast? Why you want to be a broke motherfucker? I don't know. I never see you. We don't never go out. I don't never see you at the club.
Why you gotta go to that class? Why
I don't
you
never
gotta
see you at the bank.
Why you gotta work that schedule? Why
I never see you at downtown handling business. I never see you at the jail handling business.
I never see you at the bank.
Right. You know, it's just the craziness. So make sure you love it on self. I know for myself, one of my self-love, sorry if I'm tapping you, but one of my self things is self-care. That's how I self-love. And it's just time to myself in solitude. It is nail day, toes day. I like for my toes and my fingers to match. They match when they're naked, of course, yes, but I like for them to match with colors. But that's just one of my things. So I like self-care. I like the waxing. I like just spa day, relaxing. I like that.
Okay, well, we're going to hold that thought there. Think about what makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
When we come back from this break, we're going to check with you and see how you're feeling. What's your frequency?
This music got me want to just
cruise,
float on you. Make me feel all floaty.
Man, when you can flow in here, well, you know what, an hour.
I know, it's been about 20-some minutes. So
you know you still at radio
people. We right on schedule, which is beautiful. I will talk about that ice stuff, but I don't want to talk about that without So with that, I just feel like we should be developing a plan, because there's no point in talking about that if we're not organized. You know what I'm saying? And there's no point in exposing the plan because you don't want to let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. But with the whole ice situation, I really think people should make sure that they have them things, and protect.
Number two, let's take Instagram. We're gonna use the social ability of access, as we like to call it. Who do you see more on Instagram flexing that young folk like to say?
Now, we might be more appealing.
Exactly.
That don't mean we're more manipulative. That we can use our womanly wiles for evil.
So that means
not everybody has that mentality, though.
But hold up, that means you're more what then?
Social?
You ain't socializing nobody on social media.
Oh, we're social, so I'm not social.
Yeah, these devils are lying. Devils just don't see. That's how he got manipulated.
I'm the most anti-social person you know.
Okay. See,
it's like I like people, but I don't like
color folks always go way over here to come back. We got to stay right there. The question was,
I can only be me. That's all I like to be.
Okay, we do a survey. Okay, men are manipulative because you say once you prey on a woman, right?
Yeah.
Women are manipulative off top. Because they like to draw. You can draw a man in. Tell me if I'm wrong.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta show up.
Okay, so that's a yes, right?
I mean, if you bite the bait, it's on you.
Okay, yes, yes, right. You see how manipulative women are?
No, we're not manipulative. We just, sleep.
Okay.
Creative Bill.
Is anybody with me on this? The brothers, we got the answer. We just tell the truth.
We just smarter than y'all. That's all.
Here we go. Now, if y'all smarter than us, bro. Okay.
Who you got cheating more, men or women?
Women.
Really?
Women.
And I ain't say who cheat more. I say who get caught more.
Women.
We just don't say that.
Oh, yeah.
We just don't say that.
Y'all don't fix us, so y'all.
No,
better get it. We smarter than y'all.
No. We just don't say it. We hold evidence.
Come on now. So y'all get with it then.
No, what we do.
Y'all don't mind us cheating because y'all know y'all already cheating.
That ain't always the case sometimes. It's like, well, we think like this here. It's who get caught first.
Come on, man.
Hold up, man. We may be, but we still got a card in our pocket. We just ain't played with.
Black men don't cheat.
Okay, so how about this?
See, hold on. I gotta start this conversation because she looking at the heels. He looking down telling me, man, you need this conversation.
Black men don't cheat.
Move on to the next one, bro.
Guys.
Move on.
Why do y'all move on to the next one? You feel?
Because my brother right here, he got the time. He's sweating a little bit. I feel him because when your woman get to looking at you, she, you can't answer no question. That just be truthful. You want to say, yeah, you're right, but you gotta go home.
Tell the truth, you don't have to remember what you said.
You can tell the truth instead. Remember what you said.
You're supposed to remember what you said. The truth is always true.
You can remember a lot faster than the truth.
Nah. So when you tell one lie, you gotta keep telling another lie.
They get it on the tape. You said the lie to go back to the first lie, right?
It depends on how long ago you lie.
You see how women are? You see how they are? You see how? The question in relation I want to know is, I know we talked about it. When dating, is there a such thing as a 90-day curfew, as I like to call it?
Curfew?
Yeah, you know. Y'all
90-day wait period?
Yeah, I call it a curfew. Because there's something that get cut off.
Everybody got their own stand. And we are back. If you're just now tuning in, this is Fabulous Frequency. I am Diva.
I'm Divine.
And we are checking in with you now. If you missed it, we're doing a frequency check. We want to know how you're feeling right now. Where are you at mentally? What's your vibe? What's your mood?
Diamonds.
If you're on Facebook Live, you can leave us an emoji and tell us how you're feeling.
Right. For the frequency check. Drop your frequency. Are you feeling diamonds, fabulous? You feeling mid? Let us know how you're feeling.
So, yeah, tell us. I'm good. Like, I am so, like, hyped about this show, like, what we got coming for you. We're going to touch on so many topics. If you're not familiar with the setup, we did that once before. We decided to revamp with something new. We want a more, still wanted to be raw, but we want a more positive. We got some kind of like feedback that we were man bashing, but we weren't trying to man bash. We were just telling the truth. And a lot of times, a guilty conscience is gonna always speak. You know what they say? A hit dog gonna holler. So the people that take offense to a lot of things that you say, it's because it applies to them. So, you know, if the shoe does not fit, thou should not put it on.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is, we want everyone to be who you are. We're going to be who we are, and we're going to vibe, we're going to talk, we're going to engage. But, hey, keep it real at the end of the day. Keep it real with yourself first.
Yes.
Because if you can't keep it real with yourself, you can't keep it real with anybody.
Yes.
And, of course, we're always going to encourage self-love. We're always going to encourage high vibrations. We have enough low vibration content to last you forever. You go online, you may be feeling good. Just go on there, you might see somebody getting murdered.
I hate
you might go on there, somebody might be getting raped, somebody getting beat. You know, we have
showing this.
so much low vibration content.
Right.
But we want to be that buffer between real and energetic and positive.
Yes.
We're going to keep it real, but we don't want to leave you just feeling down at the end of the show.
That's not
we need to be more solution-based at the end. We're going to tell you what the problem is, and then we're going to tell you how we feel like we can help the situation improve or get better.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Or just to the point where we finally have some type of meeting of the minds. You don't have to agree with us, but respect each other's opinions. We don't ever want to be disrespectful. We don't want to ever step on anyone's beliefs, but we are who we are.
We're definitely expressing ourselves.
And you are who you are, and we can always find a middle ground in a respectful manner, and that's in any situation. If you feel slighted or like we're talking directly to you, it might be something that you need to work on, check on, and just kind of make sure you are where you need to be in that area of your life, so you don't feel that way.
Yeah, and look, just to ride on that, when the stuff came out with Sean or whatever, and everybody was saying what they were saying about Sean. If you would notice, most of the men.
You say Sean? Are you talking about Diddy?
His mom named Sean. I'm calling Sean.
Okay, I have to make sure because everybody knows about Diddy.
Sean. He does not deserve any extra anything from me. Sean was out there doing all type of evil to our own people, right? And so I noticed that after this came out, you know, a lot of people were mad at Mr. Jackson for his
AKA 50 Cent.
Curtis. Anyway, a lot of people was mad because he came out with that Netflix documentary, right? But here's the deal, and this is what I look at, you know. I'm looking at the people who were silent while he was abusing everybody. And I'm looking at the people who are speaking out against someone speaking out against him abusing people. Because what I've noticed mostly is it's abusers. The only abusers have a problem with abusers being exposed.
The truth is the truth.
Yeah, it's only abusers. And it's because they always identify themselves. They can always identify themselves in behavior, which means that the men who are so upset have probably been the men who have chased a woman down the hallway in a hotel before.
They feel targeted.
And kicked her in the head. You know what I'm saying? It's probably the men who's probably off some people. You know what I'm saying? Called your baby mama. Yeah, you feel that? You did? Yeah. You know, those are those type of men because abusers stick together. And then you have the beta male who allows the abusers because they feel like, oh, well, you know, it's not mine. It's not my family. It's not my sister. So,
my mama.
So I can allow the behavior. And so, you know, we just.
Or they try to justify it.
Yeah.
Like there's no justification for another grown person to try to exert control to the point where I feel like I have to physically abuse you to keep you in a subservient, vulnerable state.
Making the Band. The last episode of Making the Band that I watched was the one where he made those babies walk to get him some cheesecake or something to eat. I remember looking at their eyes and them babies was like, and I could see the hurt. And even now when you see the group after that, you know, you can see the turmoil in the boys' eyes. You could tell something unpleasant, you know, has happened to them.
Day 26?
Day 26.
Okay, did you see the interview that
the one where they were crying?
Where he said Diddy's stylist sexually assaulted him? How could you side with that type of activity, that type of behavior? Like, I'm not saying
that's just like R. Kelly.
Like with R. Kelly, about to say,
you
don't want to just do away with the music. You don't want to do away with the things that are outside of that. But when it comes to the victimization of, I'm not saying they're innocent because we don't know what they did. But when you take away someone's choice,
as someone that lived in Chicago, I can tell you this. If the mama got up and made breakfast for everybody in the house and other parents, all the parents need to be in jail. Because I can guarantee you, there are some mothers who got up at R. Kelly's house and made dinner for everyone. The limo driver need to be in jail. The security guard need to be in jail. The wife need to be in jail. It's a lot of people need to be in jail because they were all complicit in. But the thing is, don't come after the fact that he don't have no money now. And now all of a sudden it's a problem. He stole your daughter. Ma'am, you got up and cooked breakfast at this man's house on more than one occasion. Sir, you was taking this man trash out. How did he steal your kid? So I just, you know, we got to stop with the fake outrage.
Right. And or it's fine as long as I'm benefiting from it. But as soon as I'm not benefiting anymore, or when you're not dancing to the beat of my drum, now I got to expose you.
And so they were like, oh, why Cassie didn't leave? Y'all didn't see that man chase that baby down. He had a towel on. That baby just knew he in the shower. I can get away free. That boy chased her down and drop kicked her in the middle of the hallway. And then the hotel hid the video. You know what I'm saying? So this implicates a system of abuse. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going to go back to the people that's saying, oh, it's passageways in the hotel. Why you can't believe it? This man beat this girl in a broad daylight with the daylight shining. You know what I mean? And it's okay because it's him. We got to stop doing that to people. And because that way people will never be able to take accountability because they will feel like they have some type of exemption from being a decent human being. And there is no exemption from being a decent human being. So here we go. So when we left off before we took a break, we were talking about self-love and extra self-love. I said I like them spa day. I like to go to the spa. I like to be quiet while they work on me. I like being pampered. What's your self-love X? What you like to do for self-love X?
Well, that too. I've always had the mindset that when you look good, you feel good. You have to make sure that you keep your appearance up. You have to make sure that you continue to do the things that you enjoy. I love dancing, listening to music. You know, you might have a favorite show that, you know, you like watching. You might have a hobby that lifts your spirits, you know, things that just make you feel empowered and just peaceful. You know, it's all about having peace at the end of the day. If you cannot find peace, you will always live in a state of confusion. And it doesn't take anyone outside of that to bring type of discord in your life. If you're not doing the things that you enjoy or not pouring into yourself, sometimes it can affect how you treat others
and who you are,
how you interact with people, or how other people perceive you. I mean, it can get to the point where people are like, I don't want to be around her. She always negative. I don't want to go around her. Every time I go around her, she just always starting shit. Like, I literally have had to cut off family members because I realized that those people do not like peace. I've had to cut off lovers because I realized those people do not want peace. They love confusion. They love starting shit and then playing victim. They love doing things and then trying to manipulate you into thinking that you're the problem when they're the problem. So not only do you have to look out for yourself, but you have to recognize chaos and discord in other people, because people will really have you questioning your own better judgment if you let them. You have to stay grounded. That's one of the biggest things. Like, no matter what the outside noise is, you have to keep it in your mind that this is my life. My happiness is my responsibility. My success is my responsibility. Everything that has to do with me is on me.
Oh, my success isn't someone else's responsibility?
No, it can't be.
I can't live off somebody else's success?
I mean, you can, but it will make you look like a total loser at the end of the day. Man. If you're trying to benefit off of someone else's motion, then you have some self-development to do. Because unless you guys have started this together and this is your vision, all you're doing is pouring into someone else's vision. And when that person leaves and takes that vision with them, what do you have left? You have nothing left. You're starting from ground zero. All you have is a shell of yourself. Right. You haven't even poured into yourself. You're so busy trying to make sure that this other person doesn't get what they want to get without you. That you're trying to pull them down.
Let me keep you with me.
You're trying to
going to school,
ride off this person's coattails so you can get off on their motion.
Can't be getting no certification.
And build your social circle. Stay here with me. Or benefit from them financially. But at the end of the day, you're not pouring into your own self. So in case anything can happen, they can die. They can not want to mess with you. People change their mind like they change.
They can look at your behaviors and decide they don't want you in their lives anymore because you're an asshole and you're difficult to be with.
And if you're problematic consistently, they can decide they don't want those problems.
Yeah.
And when they leave you and take their vision with them, now who are you outside of that?
Nobody, because you weren't working on your own vision.
Do you have a vision of your own? Do you have the drive? And if you don't, it's up to you to figure out, what do I need to do to get where I want to get in life? That blaming other people for your lack of success. Know where they want
to be in life, though.
It's the
lack of ambition. No ambition, no drive, no motivation. You're just existing at this point. And we want you to thrive. You know, this is not about just existing, making it to another day. We want you to thrive. Another question I had was, how often do you do your acts of self-love? So I do mine. I try to do one every day, but I know I do some at least once a week. I know I like to shop at least once a week. If I can.
Retail therapy.
I like retail therapy.
The ladies love it.
That's my thing. I like to spend.
I know some people like to window shop.
Buy my love.
I don't like to window shop. I need to buy it. Window shopping does nothing for me. As a matter of fact, if all I can do is window shop, I'm not going. I'm not even going. I don't want to spend that money. If I ain't, it's just something.
I need a bag. It's making noise in the car when I go home. I need it.
I heard a woman say, I don't have to go. I don't have to shop. I don't have to buy anything. I just want to window shop. No, I can window shop on the internet.
I can window shop at home.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that from the comfort of
my
home.
I must be doing some heavy manifestation. I'm in heavy manifestation mode if I'm trying to get the feeling of it.
Look, I'm trying to swing them bags.
Yeah, no, I want to shop.
So,
give me money.
We finna take another break. We're going to check in with y'all again. Y'all check in with us, and we'll be back. Fabulous Freakquency.
What's up, world? Yeah, I'm coming with my first live setting. I got some other stuff going on. All right. Today is my first day introducing my new venture. It's called No Brainwashing Podcast. And it just come from just brainstorming and it sounded good. I ain't much going much fake on y'all, but it really meant something to me because I was just really basing it, putting it on communication with symbols. Then I was like I got on my page, got a no symbol, got a brain, and then I was trying to come up with something for washing, like bubbles or your hands, so you don't really have to see actually the word brain washing. You can see, well, no brainwashing. You can just see the brain. You do the concept yourself. Just a lot of critical thinking. Making your mind move. That's what I'm mainly basing. This podcast on everything, man. Changing the system. Changing attitudes. Just really finding different ways to provide information for your body, soul, your health, your mental health. I mean, that's what the podcast is gonna be mainly about, man. Just putting your life back together. You know what I'm saying? Because some people be broke, and I ain't talking about financially broke, mentally broke. They be mentally broke, spiritually broke, man, physically broke. So they hard be broke. It's real out here. So that's mainly what the podcast. But we're gonna have good sit down conversations. I may be the only one doing the talking, but I'm full of information, good information. So I'm gonna be I'm gonna be bringing good spiritual information. Bible. You call it study. I do believe in God, so I'm gonna bring and Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. So I do want to put in biblical terminology and ways to get us to the higher level. Finding salvation. What I'm saying, finding the key to life, and that is the Word of God. What I'm saying. So and that's all it's gonna be about. First day, first time ever sitting in front of the camera, in front of the microphone, listening to, music and just, vibing pretty much. So, but today, I let you know what I been studying today, what I went on in my life. So, and that's what it's gonna be about. So today, I was, doing words. And in my head, I was listening to the word, and these words was coming up: surrender. So surrender means to give up control or possession of something, often under pressure. You know what I'm saying? So that's surrendering, to give up control. So, but that can be in a good way. You know what I'm saying? So the opposite of surrender is being defeat, overcoming, conquer. You know what I'm saying? Just these words that mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? That you can put in your in your heart, in your mindset.
We are back. Fabulous Frequency. If you're just tuning in, you have missed a good portion of the show, but don't worry about it. We're going to pick up where we left off, and we're going to expound on some more topics as well. I'm Diva.
Divine.
And of course, we want to check in again with you. Just make sure you're feeling good about yourself. We want to make sure you are where you need to be frequency-wise.
Drop it in the chat. What you feeling right now?
Right. Tell us what you're feeling. Tell us how you feel about the show. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us what you don't want to see. We want to know it all. Good and the bad and the ugly. That's part of Fabulous Frequency. Like, we want to make it look good, but definitely want it to be genuine. We want to have authentic conversations with you guys. It's not scripted. This is all live. This is off the dome. We are talking from the dome. This is not pre-rehearsed. We are freestyling right now.
We are not bought and sold by anybody.
Right.
We have
This
our
is
own
a real
opinions.
conversation. We are literally we're talking to you guys. And eventually we're going to have guests. We want to talk to you guys. You let us know who we are, like where we come from, as far as our mindsets and what we have in store for you guys. So we want this to be a more intimate first show. But trust and believe, it's going to get way more interesting as the season goes on.
So let me ask you this. I know we were talking about frequency of some things. So frequency, how frequently do you do acts of self-love? Do you do them every week or every month, or do you try to do something for yourself every day?
Well, first thing first. And I know a lot of people, because sometimes myself, I'm not really a morning person, but how you get up in the morning, it sets the tone of your day. A lot of times we get up, we're grumpy, we're looking at our mate like, we get to work and we taking it out on other people. Even if you have to sit in the car and just give yourself a talk and fortify yourself, just make a decision that today, my day is going to be great. Regardless, I'm not going to let anybody mess up my day. My energy is going to stay high.
So you're saying you could decide to be in a good mood? Because I know people don't understand, but you're saying you can decide to be in a good mood and stay there?
Even if you're not in a good mood and it's just one of those days, hey, you might have had a death in the family. You could have had a tremendous loss. You could have lost your job. Your dog could have died. There's your child might be getting on your nerves, but after you deal with the situation, you can't dwell on it. You have to learn how to base your thinking more on solutions than the problem. Because if you're always focusing on your problems, you will forever walk around mad at the world. And you wonder why so many people walk around, you like, damn, what the hell wrong with you?
Because
why
they're
you always mad? Why
in
you so
their
damn
brain
angry?
for free.
It's because they're not dealing with their issues. They're looking outwardly.
It's just festering.
They're not looking inwardly, and they don't realize that they're their own problems. Sometimes you can be your biggest enemy because instead of looking inwardly for solutions and how can I make myself feel better? How can I recognize when I'm not feeling so good?
What is my role what part am I playing in this craziness?
Right. Am I adding to the situation? Am I subtracting? Do I need to retreat for a little while until where I need to be? So when I'm around people, I'm not bringing their frequency down because that shit is contagious. When you get around negative energy, it can severely affect your energy. And just the same way with positive energy. When you're around positive people, it rubs off on you. When you're around free thinkers and high vibrating people, you can feel the energy. Have you ever walked in a room and you just felt like, what is up with this energy? It just feels weird. When you're an empath or when you're just an intuitive person, or hell, when you're just observing and you're looking at people, facial expressions, how it changed when you walk in a room, but you decide, I know you're on that bullshit, but I'm not going to let it affect me. I'm going to stay. One thing I've always learned is you can kill people with kindness. I don't mean, I'm talking about like you can literally kill the bad vibe if you just stay where you are. Instead of matching their energy, you stay here. Eventually, either they're going to meet you or they're going to get the hell away from you. And either way, you win. Because I done got rid of you. Now my energy can be where it is and I'm good. We both win. If you stay around negative energy long enough, it's going to affect you some kind of way.
It's going to dampen your energy.
It may not dampen your energy, but you're going to eventually be like, hey, look, you need to get the hell away from me. I need you to get away from me.
Even with you feeling different, it's already affecting
Right, it is. Because if you feel like you have to tell somebody, you need to get away from me not to cuss you out, me not to put my hands on you, then it can affect you. But you have some people, it's some days where your confidence is so high, nothing can touch you. Like and when you recognize that somebody is trying to deliberately ruin your day or that someone is upset and they're trying to take it out on you, you definitely can be ready. And you know what? I'm gonna pray for you. I love him with that because they just, oh my God.
No, don't pray for me.
I might need to.
You
might need to pray for yourself.
If your God is same God with the Klansman, you can keep that. I don't want
That's another
those
topic.
prayers. Those are another topic.
We're definitely
I'm gonna go politely go into the next topic, which is acknowledging red flags and then moving around because
acknowledging red flags.
yeah,
Oh my God.
part of that is psychosomatic post-traumatic slavery disorder. So religion is a whole nother day, but acknowledging red flags and moving then. So the reason why we've been so on to self-love and self-care is because when you love yourself and you're high on your self-love, you can recognize things in people that are a danger to your environment, that may be hazardous to your environment, which are the red flags of people's behavior. Is when somebody is abnormally agitated for no reason. It's something that is trivial. It's crazy behaviors for no reason. It's people doing crazy things when you're on the phone. Notice the red flags and move around. This is not just private stuff. This is at work. You got a coworker at work. It's always something missing when this coworker is at work. You know what I'm saying? It's only, and you would think it's the new guy, but then the new guy call you and ask you if you seen his stuff that's missing.
Right.
So
it's called recognizing patterns.
You recognize the patterns and the red flags, and then you move accordingly.
Yep.
And so I think that's what we need to do too. Is after we love ourselves, observe your environment. Look around. What things are safe? What people are safe? Do they make you feel safe? Does their presence make you feel safe or feel like you need to run? And pay attention to that. If people make you feel like you need to run from them, that is something you need to pay attention to and then move accordingly. I've never been wrong. When you say, get the hell on.
Yeah.
You need to leave now. Get up now and go. It's never, ever, ever been wrong. So we need to
take heed,
love ourselves, and pay attention to ourselves. What signs is the body giving you? What when you get around certain people, do you become nauseous? When you get around certain people, do they excite your anxiety? What different things are happening? And then you just want to kind of move accordingly. Stop. You have to decide to live in that consciousness and not in your state of
denial.
Oh, delusion and denial.
Because a lot of times we're in delusion. We are trying to paint these people different colors instead of seeing them for who they really are.
With that,
they give you the whole picture. You just want to paint it the way you want to paint it.
Well, and it's the conditioning too. You got somebody out there who may want to leave somebody, but she's thinking about, dang, I got help right now. And before I got this help, I was doing it all by myself. So every day it's a constant battle of, I'm going to keep my person or I'm going to hack it on my own. And every day that battle boils down to, am I being disrespected today? Am I being mistreated today? Am I being treated like my daddy's princess? Is this person providing and protecting for me? And when the majority of her questions are no to the answer, that is when she's going to begin to see differently. And then I'm going to say this. Give people the time and space to unmask. Stop rushing into stuff. A lot of times we rush into things because of our current situation and we don't take in everything. We don't take in all of the signs and the symbols of what's happening. You're meeting the representative. You're meeting the mask. And so you need to see all of the faces. See the person angry. See the person upset. What happens when the person gets angry? Do they fly off the handle? Are they totally incorrigible? You can't talk to them. Totally can't communicate with this person because they're completely fucking ignorant. Right. You need to be able to take your time so you don't rush off and then think you got the bee's knees and you so excited. And then you end up having this monster behind the mask because you didn't take the time.
You have to see people in every season. How do they handle disappointment? How do they handle heartbreak? How do they handle controversy? How do they handle just daily life? How do they handle when there's a disagreement? Are they still respectful? We can disagree, but does that mean we have to be disrespectful? Can we not respect each other's opinion? We're two different people. We're not going to always see things eye to eye, but we should always respect each other enough to find some type of middle ground or just agree to disagree. Sometimes the best thing to do is just say, hey, look, you're you, I'm me, you feel the way you feel, I feel the way I feel, but at the end of the day, I still have love for you.
But you can't have your feelings because I need you. I need you. You can't have your own feelings. I need you to think like I want you to think so that you can be more of what I need. I need you to not be your own person. I need you to be the person I need you to be.
Those are the kind of people you don't want around you. If I have to shape my personality to please you and make you feel comfortable,
I'm not the person.
then maybe I'm not your cup of tea, and that's totally fine.
Girl, we didn't even get to the tea app. You got time to talk to the tea app?
Maybe we should save that for another day.
I feel like it's gonna be
That
juicy.
is that's gonna be a topic. We're gonna have to get into that. We were on we were starting the show, we were talking about this exposed culture. We're definitely gonna talk about that, but I know if we get into that, it's gonna drag on.
Next show maybe ish.
Right. So you'll definitely hear about that because it's a growing trend these days.
I'm finna expose you.
Right. And people
expose your mama.
You just have to dissociate yourself sometimes from those type of behaviors and those type of topics because most of the time you're not getting the full spectrum. You're only getting one viewpoint. You're not getting the other person's side. You have to have a well-rounded, conversation. It can't just be from your side. There's always, like they say, 3 sides to the story. There's gonna always be your side, their side, and then the truth. And the truth can get blurred sometimes depending on who you're talking to.
And especially if they in their feelings. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's how I feel it should be because I feel like I'm right type of situation. There is gonna always be some type of feeling and something's gonna be askew.
And it's not always a right or wrong thing.
Yeah.
It's just
how you
I'm
feel
a you and I'm a me thing.
Right. I feel like this. And then sometimes it's just you know what, this is how I feel. This is how you feel. We're gonna agree to disagree. Because I'm not going to change. There's nothing you can say. And I can acknowledge when I'm at a point where nothing that you say it's nothing you can say to change how I'm going to feel right now.
Right. And a lot of times we know the taboo topics, the politics, the religion. Sometimes you do just have to agree, disagree because years of conditioning and miseducation will have people thinking that is the truth.
And trauma.
And you just cannot. When somebody has that instilled in them, and
especially from a child,
you're not going to be able to resolve that conversation in one conversation. It's something that's going to drag on and linger. So sometimes you just have to say, you know what? Let's just agree to disagree.
We are trauma bonded to a lot of things in life. And I think religion is one of those trauma bonds that we have. It's not just relationships. It's relationships, it's regimes, religions, and we have got to free ourselves from our trauma bonds. I think that's why a lot of us, or we as a whole, have not gotten to where we need to be. Look at the technology in Japan. Look at the advancement there. Do you know why it's like that? Because everybody over there looks alike. And so they all have a common goal, a common method of achievement. But you got here where it's so many people trying to make sure nobody else has what they have. If you move in a neighborhood, if three or 4 black people move in, they're gonna move out the neighborhood because they're afraid the property value gonna go down. And really, they just want to live by black people. So we have got to start organizing and uniting. I think that'll be the best thing for us. Organizing and uniting.
Right.
Get you some bullets for your things.
Exactly. Okay. Well, we're coming close to the wrap up of the show. We hope this was insightful.
Exciting,
we hope that you're feeling higher.
Inspiring.
We hope that your mind is open and you're sitting there thinking about what makes you feel good about yourself. We hope that you're thinking about what you need to do in order to build your self-love.
And if you don't know your self-love language, find that out. Yeah.
We have so many topics for you. Tune in to Fabulous Frequency. Most of the time it's going to be Friday. We'll be doing radio shows in between that, but we're definitely just beginning. I am Diva.
I'm Divine.
And it's a wrap.